Religion and politics, they are quite a volatile mix, and there is no clearer illustration of that than the bitterly contested Israeli-occupied West Bank region. But the strife is not always Jew versus Muslim. When Israeli troops move in to dismantle Jewish settlements built on land captured in the 1967 Six-Day War, the backlash can be violent. Jewish settlers versus Jewish soldiers. But in this excerpt from the upcoming documentary, our chief international correspondent, Christiane Amanpour, is about to report on the confrontation at a small Jewish outpost called Amona.
Amona was founded in 1995. Despite what was then the Israeli government's stated policy, no new settlements.
It was the same kind of process that went back in the 70s. They had officials who were sympathetic, who would help them out. And then these little clumps of mobile homes sprung up all over the West Bank, over 100 of them.
According to an official investigation, for more than a decade, government ministries spent millions on the unauthorized outposts by bypassing procedure and violating Israeli law.
And then at a few of them, the settlers said, okay, we're here, the government hasn't pulled us out, let's start building houses.
9 of these permanent houses were built for 9 Amona families living in cramped trailers. Among them, Idit Levingers.
I walk around here with my children and tell them this is the hill that Abraham climbed. This is where Jacob had his dream. It's not something that was once upon a time. It's alive, and now.
But Peace Now, an Israeli organization that opposes the settlements, wanted the 9 houses torn down. Dror Etkes filed a lawsuit arguing that the Amona homes did not have official permits and that they were built on privately owned Palestinian land.
There is no law there. I mean, there is one law, and this is the law of the occupier. If you're stronger, you grab, you take.
The settlers' response? They had a legitimate deal with nearby Palestinians who feared for their lives if the transaction were ever made public.
Our land was bought and paid for. The Arab owners got their money.
But the court ruled that the 9 permanent homes were illegal and ordered them demolished. On February 1st, 2006, thousands of protesters and thousands of security forces came to Amona. Both sides prepared for confrontation. As Israeli soldiers and riot police moved forward, violence erupted. Demonstrators were beaten. Soldiers and police were pelted with rocks.
We wanted to protest the demolition, but nobody intended to harm anyone.
No one was killed, but there were more than 200 casualties, soldiers and settlers. All this over 9 houses on a tiny plot of land.
And join us for more on the powerful God's warriors reported by our Christiane Amanpour. Tuesday, August 21st, it's God's Jewish warriors. Wednesday, August 27th, it's God's Muslim warriors. And on Thursday, August 23rd, it's God's Christian warriors. And for additional information on the entire series and for a preview, go to cnn.com/God's Warriors.